What if I told you that in just 3 to 4 days, a decision could change the face of the Middle East forever? What if I told you that in less than a week, the difference between peace and total escalation might be decided not on the battlefield, but in the hands of one of the most controversial groups in modern warfare? This is not just politics. This is about rockets, fighter jets, tanks, and cutting-edge military technology that could be unleashed at any second. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to U.S. Battalion. Today, we dive into a story that's shaking not just the Middle East, but the entire global defense community. Donald Trump warning Hamas that they have 3 to 4 days to decide on a Gaza proposal. But what does this really mean? Is this a countdown to diplomacy or a ticking clock to another war where advanced drones, missile systems, and electronic warfare might dominate the skies and streets? Stick with me, because in this video we'll break down the politics, the weapons, and the real battlefield implications you won't hear anywhere else. Trump's warning was clear, blunt, and dripping with pressure. Hamas has only days to respond to the Gaza deal. On the surface, it sounds like just another political statement. But when you peel back the layers, it's much more sinister. A deadline in war is never just a date, it's a signal. It's the sound of armored divisions being prepared, fighter jets being fueled, and naval fleets tightening their positions. Think about it. When a superpower sets a ticking clock, it isn't just words, it's the machinery of war humming in the background. The Gaza Strip has already been scarred by decades of conflict, and every new ultimatum echoes with the roar of artillery and the shadows of stealth bombers. Trump knows this. Hamas knows this. And so do the militaries watching closely Israel, Iran, the U.S., and even Russia and China calculating their next moves in the global chessboard. This isn't just about politics. This is about what tools of war get unleashed if the answer is no. Will we see the Iron Dome intercepting wave after wave of rockets? Will we see hypersonic drones or AI-powered surveillance scanning every inch of Gaza? A deadline doesn't just push for diplomacy. It sets the stage for military dominance. Behind every headline about Gaza, there's an arsenal waiting in the shadows. Israel's military, known for its cutting-edge weapons systems, has some of the most advanced jet fighters, tanks, and missile defense networks in the world. The F-35 stealth fighter, capable of evading radar and striking deep inside enemy territory, is already stationed within reach. Armored Merkava tanks designed to survive RPG hits and urban combat are ready at the borders. And then there's the Iron Dome, a system that has become legendary for intercepting incoming rockets mid-air with surgical precision. But here's the twist: Hamas has evolved too. They've gone from basic rockets to longer range, more powerful systems. Some reports even suggest modified drones and advanced smuggling networks that bring in tech designed to bypass defenses. The balance of power may still lean heavily toward Israel, but asymmetrical warfare is the real danger. Low-cost weapons versus billion-dollar technology. That's the formula for chaos. Now layer Trump's ultimatum into this volatile equation. If Hamas refuses, it won't just be politics failing. It will be the unleashing of weapons that cost millions per strike, against weapons built in secret tunnels in workshops hidden beneath rubble. This is where the stakes rise, and where war becomes less about numbers and more about psychological impact. Fear from the sky, resistance from the ground, and technology is the deciding factor. Every conflict has a psychological battlefield, and right now, Trump's words are as much a weapon as any drone strike. A deadline like 3 or 4 days does more than force Hamas to act. It sends a chill down every soldier's spine, every civilian's heart, and every analyst's boardroom in the Pentagon. Time pressure in war is lethal. Picture this intelligence team scanning the skies 24/7, satellites capturing every movement in Gaza, generals calculating strike zones, and cyber warfare divisions on standby to cut communications in the blink of an eye. Technology today doesn't just fight wars. It prepares wars before the first bullet is fired. Cyber units can paralyze power grids. Electronic jamming systems can blind missile systems. AI-driven drones can decide in seconds what once took hours of human planning. So when Trump says 3 or 4 days, it's not just a warning. It's a subtle nod to all the technology quietly being switched from standby to active. And that's the kind of buildup that makes adversaries sweat. The soldiers at the border aren't just holding rifles anymore. They're holding augmented reality systems, precision-guided munitions, and robotic support units that rewrite the rules of combat. This isn't just war. It's next-gen war fueled by time, technology, and political will. But here's where the suspense grips even tighter. What happens if Hamas refuses? Refusal, it's an ignition switch. And once it's pressed, there's no easy turning back. The response would not just be missiles and tanks. It would be an entire show of military dominance designed to crush morale and showcase strength to the entire world. Israel could deploy its F-35 squadrons for surgical strikes, targeting weapons cache with precision unseen in past wars. Drones would hover day and night, armed and unarmed, scanning every rooftop. Naval ships could launch cruise missiles within seconds, while artillery fire covers the ground assault. And behind the obvious firepower, the U.S. might lend its silent hand. Intelligence sharing, electronic surveillance, and possibly even cyber operations that cyber Hamas before the first explosion. But here's the darker side. Gaza is dense, packed with civilians, and every missile that misses its mark becomes a headline, a propaganda tool, and a justification for even more chaos. That's where wars like these twist and turn. They're not just fought with weapons. They're fought with cameras, with media, and with the manipulation of global opinion. And that's why the suspense grows. Every second Hamas delays, every second Israel prepares, the entire world wonders, is this the countdown to war or the brink of something even bigger? The truth is, wars aren't fought only on battlefields anymore. They're fought in minds, in cyberspace, in global markets, and on political stages. Trump's ultimatum to Hamas is just 3 or 4 days. It's a deadline for history. If Hamas agrees, maybe there's a chance, slim, fragile, for calm. But if they don't, what unfolds next could unleash one of the most technology-driven conflicts in modern times. Think about the combination: stealth jets cutting through radar, drones swarming skies, hypersonic missiles breaking sound barriers, tanks pushing through city streets, cyber units crashing communication grids. The 21st century battlefield isn't just bullets and bombs anymore. It's algorithms, satellites, and machines of war designed to dominate every dimension. And that's the chilling reality. When politics fails, technology speaks loudly, brutally, without mercy. Trump's words have set the stage. Hamas has the clock ticking. The world holds its breath. And behind the headlines, the weapons wait. If you want to stay connected with these updates, with the truth behind the apology shaping our future wars, then smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe to US Battalion. Because this is where we break down the battles, the machines, and the strategies that shape our world. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.